Where the fuck is McClay? Yeah, show the gap like that.
Are my teeth clean, right? I brushed them.
Yes, yeah. Actually, get a drink of water and do it.
Action. Awesome. I thought we'd start this the old school way.
Woo! It's been a while.
Oh shit. I don't know how much is going to come through the mics. We'll hear in a second.
Old school. I was just thinking about this the other day. How come we don't do this anymore?
I think about it all the time because, well, I actually run to this song every morning. It's just, this song pumps me up more than anything in the world. And I was actually just thinking, like, it'd be kind of cool just to jam out to Within the Ruins in the beginning of a fucking show. So we used to do this the very first, maybe like 25 episodes. Yeah. When we first started Within the Ruins, I just asked them, like, hey, is it cool if we use your music for the podcast? Just, not the whole song, just like, jam out here and there. And they're like, yeah, totally. So I'm just really fucking stoked. They got a new album they've been working on. I don't know how much COVID has affected it because they kind of do everything on their own anyway, So
Yep.
The fuck. I'm also curious to see if YouTube like flags
us.
Yeah,
They probably will.
No, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
That fucking riff right there, dude. Dude, there's a part of this next riff coming up. Hang on. Listen to this fucking riff, bro. Fucking so bad. So they play this riff at the end, dude, and there's like an extra like kind of guitar solo at the end, and I have this like song almost timed with my run. At the very end of it, bro, I get so pumped I feel like I'm running on water. I'm just like, oh fuck yeah. Ah! It's fucking crazy, dude.
Running on water, dude. That's great.
No, I mean like it's just crazy. I'll be like so fucking tired. I'm like, oh, this sucks. Fuck this. Oh, and all of a sudden that part comes on. I'm like, oh my god. And I just feel like I'm just like skipping, dude. It's crazy. Like it's interesting like how much music can just pump you up, not just for like workouts, but just in life in general.
Well, that's
right?
why fighters,
Oh, true. They come out to their songs.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular fighter who came out? Like, what's the best song that you've ever seen a fighter come out to?
I can't say a fighter, but there's a couple bands a couple songs that I think would be amazing. Couple songs off of Adrenaline.
Oh, I'm talking about fighters you've seen already, but you saying if you had a song.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple songs off of Adrenaline, right?
Really?
Like yeah, Adrenaline's got some amazing stuff to come out to, and Will Haven.
Will Haven for sure.
Yeah.
God, that would be such a tough. I would have to deal Within the Ruins for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, have you ever seen a fight and then the fighter had just this song and you're like, that is so badass.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody came out to a Tupac song one time, and that was like, fuck yeah. Might have been Hit 'Em Up.
Yeah, that's dope.
That would have been fucking. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. I want to say like I've seen Nate Diaz come out to some really dope.
Yeah, he always
shit.
comes out.
Yeah,
Nate Diaz is just a bad motherfucker. But I've been really just digging on Sean O'Malley, man, just representing Phoenix. Just seeing all the dojos that he trains at and how like they're all like neighborhoods that we've been in and shit. And it's just cool to see someone from Phoenix fucking. On the that's kind of like what we're trying to do here with the podcast is just put Phoenix on the map doing cool shit. And here this fucking UFC fucking fighter is just killing it, man. I fucking love fucking seeing him doing all that shit. His videos and his channel's bad as fuck.
He's super entertaining. He's got a ton of energy. People love seeing him being on interviews. Matter of fact, it'd be great to have him come in here.
That would be badass, dude.
Yeah.
I would be fucking honored to have him on here.
Yeah,
he has a cool podcast too and a cool podcast setup. So
yeah,
it was crazy because I was watching some of his older videos and he actually trains in a dojo next to that Best Buy in your neighborhood in Arrowhead.
No shit.
Yeah, this was like
a year
ago or so.
Yeah,
but I was like, what the fuck? They're like walking around that. I was like, I used to go to that Best Buy every week.
Yeah.
That's where I bought my first Xbox in Halo. Actually, speaking of Halo,
I was just gonna say I saw the new Halo Infinite trailer. I was gonna ask you what you thought.
Well, it's kind of a mixed feeling because Halo is such an important part of my life for probably like 6 to 8 years, just from landing every day for 12 hours, 4-on-4, to online, to traveling the country. So I thought I would be like way more excited, but obviously I wasn't as excited as I used to. But I obviously still wanted to see it, But you watch it and it's just like, it's Halo. You know what I mean?
Well, it looks
bad as fuck.
It looks like it's more old school Halo CE.
Totally.
Right? But they've added some new things. Like I saw that fucking grappling hook was bad as fuck. It seems like it's more open world.
I think so, yeah. There's just a lot of mixed reviews on it as far as, I think something got lost in translation as far as it was originally made for 60 frames per second and now it's not or something. So,
yeah, they caught a lot of shit because they said 60 frames per second.
Yeah, so like I guess the lighting's off. Like there's certain people are being pretty critical of it.
But it still looks gorgeous.
I'm still gonna, I try to stay away from video games now because I know how fucking amazing they are. And when I get into a video game, dude, that's all I think about and want to do. And I'm not the guy that just wants to beat the game. I got to get all the fucking achievements and all the nerdy shit in the background. But I'm actually thinking about, because it's coming out with a new system, the new Xbox system at the end of the year. And like,
how much is that game going to be? $500, $1,000?
Probably like $500 with like, probably like $600 to get like another controller and all that. But
like, that's just so much money to spend on a gaming system that you might not play after 6 months. Like with a computer, you're always going to use the computer.
True. I think Halo is on PC. I just don't like first person. I don't like first persons on the mouse and keyboard. Oh yeah, that is true, huh? I forgot about that. I like PC for almost every other kind of style of game. I think PC's the best for video games, obviously. But as far as first person, I just like that fucking the controller,
Well, I was also going to ask you because I know they put out a new Diablo trailer a couple months back. Did you see that new Diablo trailer? It's sick, dude.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Fucking amazing.
I know. I've fucking been waiting for that forever. I'm waiting for a good not necessarily role playing game, but something like
story.
What is Diablo? It's like a
RPG. It's like a real time. I forget what they call it.
I'll look it up. But I'm looking for. I need a game like that, like a World of Warcraft, but not as good as because that's why I always like Diablo, because it's not as engaging and intricate. You know what I mean? So like I could play it enough to where like it's. WoW fucking sucked me in, dude, for like 2 months. And then I literally had to fucking stop because, and I watched it take over your life.
Well, I'm back into it a little bit now.
That's sick.
Because the new expansion is coming out, but I only play maybe once or twice a week right now, maybe for a couple hours.
But don't they make that game where you have to play every day to do all the bullshit?
Depending on what you want to do.
Like the dailies or whatever.
Yeah, depending on what you want to do. There's so many facets of the game, dude. It's unbelievable. There's end game raiding, there's single player story quests, there's pet collecting, there's pet battles, there's fucking, Garrus. There's like all these crazy things that the game is, and not only that, there's a social aspect. Like as soon as I jump back on, I got messages from people that I was raiding with 10 years ago. And they're like, holy shit, you're back. I'm like, yeah.
Well, they're like, we never left.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, that game is so strong.
Well, what level is it up to now?
So they're doing a squish. It was up to 120, and now they're squishing down to 60.
Wait, what? Say that again. I'm sorry.
It was up to 120.
Yeah.
But they have to squish it because the numbers get too big, and you just have to do that at some point.
So that means like
they're going back to 60. 50 to 60.
So when you're starting off, that just means you level up faster? Or they took a bunch of shit? I don't understand that.
So basically what they do is instead of it being 120, they say it's 60 now. Your character that was 120 is going to be 50.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
I see what you're
saying.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Damn.
And they're doing some crazy shit. I mean, the lore. A lot of people are pissed off at Blizzard right now because they're not listening to the fans, and they had a really big open alpha, and they have a beta right now going. And the alpha was real this is what's amazing, dude, about YouTube. Like, I cannot explain how cool the time period we're in for shit like this, where because of all these people on Twitch and YouTube that are playing games and shit, they're open testing the alpha. And so everybody's getting feedback on a real-time level.
Because they're watching
they're watching it. And these people are going, this is great. This mechanic doesn't work.
Yeah.
But Blizzard isn't listening.
Oh.
And a lot of people are pissed.
Blizzard has a track record of that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So a lot of people were really stoked at first, but then they found the couple of mechanics that the new expansion is built upon that are not good. And they're going to make the game's going to be great for the first 6 months. And then if they keep these mechanics, they're saying it's just going to turn into another shitfest. What
do you mean another shitfest? That happened before?
Oh, yeah. Like with the new one, the newest expansion, Battle for Azeroth.
They just try to change too much shit?
Yeah, they made you do all these certain mechanics. And
when you say mechanics, just as far as the way the game works.
So, for example,
why would they change that?
So one of the mechanics that they threw in was this stuff called Azerite gear, right? And whereas you had talents on your character, every piece of gear you got had a random like Azerite piece on it that had a talent within it. So they thought that what they were doing was opening it up for you to like have
a talent tree kind of.
Yeah, with your weapons and shit. But the problem, and this is people that are playing WoW, I'm just explaining it as easy as possible to them. I'm leaving some stuff out. But basically what they did is they just made it so complicated that people were carrying around 5 different helms in their bag and 20 different pants in their bag instead of what Blizzard's original thing was, just to make everybody feel a little bit different. Like you didn't have to go get a certain piece of gear. You know, everybody that played tank, a warrior tank, didn't have to go get this certain piece of gear. But what they did in the end is they didn't think it out enough, and people were basically doing that. But they had like 30 different types of gear in their bag that they would switch depending on the situation they were in the game. And that's not fun. That's not fun. You know what I mean? The way it was when we were playing in Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade and Vanilla, I didn't play Vanilla. We came in right as Burning... I don't
remember which one I played.
We came in right as Burning Crusade came out. And
I think I got to like... The highest that I ever got to, I think, was 70. That's the highest it was.
Yeah. And so I will say forever that Wrath of the Lich King, World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King expansion is the greatest game ever. That game was the way everything about that game was amazing. The social aspect, the end game rating, the professions, the mechanics of the game. I loved that game, man.
And you know what's so awesome about you saying that? Is before you ever played WoW, when I told you about WoW, I said, this is Zelda times 10 on steroids. And you said, bullshit, there's no video game better than Zelda.
Yeah, you're right.
And look at you now.
You're right.
Fucking, how long ago was that?
15 years ago?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. 15 years ago. World of Warcraft.
Because you were angry for like the first 3 months because you were leveling up that skeleton guy.
You know what's funny? My warlock.
The warlock. You were like, this character.
And I switched to a druid.
And so mad, yeah.
And I still play a druid and a warlock to this day. I love my I'm playing my warlock.
And I heard
right
warlocks
now.
are badass.
They're badass. They're fun to play now. I just didn't know how to play the game yet. And druid made learning how to play the game easy because you can be everything with a druid, and you could. It's just there's certain mechanics that certain people's gameplay style is different, and that's why Warcraft is so great. There's so many different gameplay styles.
Yeah. And people just learn to play the game differently depending on how they start, you know? Like
the social aspect is amazing. Like, listen, if I know I've talked about it on the show, but that guy that died, Wreckful, like people love that guy, and the reason why is because the game is so social. Like there's such a social aspect to this game, and this guy died like months ago. He unfortunately killed himself. Went through a manic episode of the scene. But
this guy was your guild or something?
No,
or?
He was. When we first started playing, Homer was talking about. He would talk about this dude that put out this video called Shadow Dance, and it was a famous video of a rogue fucking up people in arenas. And you watched it. I know you watched it because that's why I think you started playing a rogue.
But totally.
Yeah, and
I have a 70 rogue orc.
Yep. and that video is one of the greatest. And basically, there's a documentary out about this guy Wreckful. He started playing He started playing a different game and became the greatest ever to play that game. And then he went to WoW, didn't like it, but then came back to WoW and fell in love with it and became the greatest PvPer ever. Okay. And when Twitch started, he went over to Twitch, and you know that thing where like everybody, if you donate money, so when he was at Twitch, you couldn't donate money to Twitch, right? All you could do was sub, and subs were only capped at $4.99, right?
Yeah.
So he came up with the idea, I'll just give people my PayPal and you can just donate whatever money you get. And people were donating. He was making $30,000 plus a month. Yeah. And so Twitch put that into their thing. So he was the
innovator from that?
He was the innovator. He was also the innovator that
what's this dude's name?
His name's Reckful, R-E-C-K. His name's Byron Bernstein, but it goes by R-E-C-K-F-U-L, Reckful.
Oh shit, I've seen this dude.
Yeah, he's the dude that came up with the idea that anytime you sub, whatever you write in your comment, he'll say on air, and that's a trend now. That's what everybody does do. Yeah. So like this dude is
he died, huh?
Yeah, he killed himself. Yeah. It's so sad, man. So sad.
And then what? Like they guys did like a funeral. I've seen that shit in the WoW before. Like
no, this was the craziest thing you ever seen.
I think I might
have
even seen the video of this.
There's a video.
I have seen this. It was on Reddit.
In every WoW realm, so there's servers, right? So there's so many people that play WoW. There's over 10 million people that play WoW. They have to have servers because the lag would be too much if all those people one thing. In every single server, both factions, the Horde and Alliance, there's a place in the Alliance main city. I've never even been into it because I've never played Alliance because Alliance is for pussies. So anyways, there's this main city. I don't know where it is, but it's like a cathedral. And all the Alliance would go in there and they would just, you know how in WoW you could bow on a knee? Mm-hmm. And they would bow on a knee in lines and they would line the whole road up to that thing in every server. Then they started letting Horde in their city and would not attack them. And the whole Horde... 200 plus people. Dude, it's fucking amazing.
But at the same time, super nerdy.
It's super nerdy, dude, but it's so...
Because that's like the first time they let the Horde in.
But think about that. Like, that's
the first time that's popped up.
Yeah. It's so crazy, bro. It's so crazy. Like, if you even play this game, if you go watch this video and you understand that shit, what's going on, like, it's so touching, dude.
I don't know if it was this guy, but I saw another one. I thought they were actually bringing his character down or something. Like no. Something like that.
Yeah.
But they were all walking. Mm-hmm. Like, a bunch of tunes were just walking in honor of someone who died. I don't know if it was this guy or not. But you're right. I was like, wow, this is pretty dope. But I didn't know it went as far as, like, for the first time, the Alliance is allowing the Horde. Do you know it would have been funny if they just did that and then afterwards just fucked them up? You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because
the Horde should do that to the Alliance.
But it's funny because the Horde, in order to get there, like when you go into, if you're a Horde faction player, you go into an Alliance town, you get attacked by all the guards. So they had to figure out a way to get into that cathedral.
You mean by like CPU?
By the PC, by the
computer,
the environment. Yeah, the computer.
Yeah.
Not by other players.
So they had to figure out a way to
get into that cathedral and not get attacked and get killed by these guards, because these guards will fuck you up in a major city, you know? And
there's videos of this shit too.
Oh yeah, dude. There's this it's funny. There's this dude named Asmongold that I started watching when I got back into WoW a couple of months ago. And the dude is he's super, super, super nerdy, but I respect him for it because he just speaks his mind. He's very smart.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even recording.
It's all good, dude. It's all
sucks.
good. We're recording this at least.
Are we?
Yeah. Fuck. It's all good. We'll start over. We'll put that out.
No, we could just put we could just have like an image up.
Yeah, we can do that.
How long is it on there?
20 minutes. We'll play around.
I apologize for that, guys. I've been waiting for that to happen,
and
it's been the 92nd episode.
We almost did it a couple times.
Well, we have done it a few times.
Yeah,
but only for about 5 minutes.
Yes, and we got into a good conversation.
I'm really mad at myself right now.
We got into a good conversation. Well, we didn't even open the show, so it's a good thing. We didn't even open the show. We just started talking because we played Within the Ruins.
Oh yeah. I didn't even do the ads yet.
Yeah, so this is a good thing, man. Fuck, we're stoners.
You know, we'll still
no,
don't stop it though. We'll still.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't look at it as like, oh, we're stoners. Like, I'm a stoner, but you know what? I got my. I don't
you're a
like
professional.
I don't like that fucking
Yeah.
like as an excuse shit because I think stoners have a bad rap, and
No, I
I
still
think
use it as
I
an
know,
excuse,
I know,
though.
I know. But like,
I use anything as
there's
an
a lot of
excuse.
stoners that have their shit together more so than,
Yeah.
than people who aren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, fuck. Sorry. Well, I'll put up a goofy image or something for the first 20 minutes. But
Well, let's fucking start this right.
yeah, that was we were talking about some cool WoW shit though. I love talking about video games. I could do the bang. So we are brought to you by Bang Salon. You can come get all your hair needs, including cuts, natural colors, vivid colors, extensions, shampoo and stylings, all under one roof at Bang Salon. You can message Bang Salon at BangSalon. You can use promo code
Bogcast
for 20% off your first visit. So come on down and get banged by Jordan. But if you really try to bang her, I'll fucking kill you. Cool.
Check out Mellow by Design, mellowbydesign.com for all your CBD, all natural CBD products. This place is amazing. They're actually setting up a website for us so you guys, Bogcast fans can go to this website and purchase product, and you'll be helping out the show at the same time. But more than anything, you can get some real good medicine from Mellow by Design.
Is that your bone or my bone?
This is mine right here. So that's yours. Those are yours. Fucking stoner. But Mellow by Design is a great company that is putting out great all-natural product that is helping people, whether you've got pain, whether you've got other issues. Go look at what CBDs can do for you. It's an amazing, in my opinion, it's like the ultimate gift from God, because I really think that the cannabis plant is a miracle plant.
It saved your brother.
It saved my brother's life. And more than that, it saved my life. I mean, listen, if I didn't have this stuff right here, I would be going through hell right now. So make sure you guys go check out mellowbydesign.com. They have salves, they have tinctures, they have all kinds of stuff, hand sanitizers, lotions. The salve works amazing, my brother says. As a matter of fact, I've got to get some more. He's running low, so shout out to Mellow by Design. I'll be hitting you up soon. But as soon as we get the chance, we're going to let you guys know the website. But also, make sure you guys go check out our Patreon site, patreon.com/thebogcast. We set it up as a way for you guys, if you like the show and you want to let us know, go stop by our Patreon site. We got a couple cool tiers there. Go sign up for the Timmy D. For those of you guys that are in the know on that one, the Timmy D is amazing. You get your own Ladmo bag every month.
The Bog Crate.
Yeah, the Bog Crate, dude. The Bog Crate.
So every month, you'll get personally shipped a Bog Crate, which includes the Ladmo bags that we give all our guests. And these bags include everything from stickers to shirts to products from our sponsors, such as Mellow by Design. So you'll get CBD tinctures, rubs, sample packs, discounts from other products that we're sponsored by. So
cool shit we want you to know about.
Squirt, can we send a squirt soda in the mail?
I think we could figure out.
Blows up.
We could definitely figure out a way to hook them up with some squirt soda. So
sweet. But to wrap up the WoW conversation, Diablo is an action role-playing hack and slash video game. I didn't realize they kind of
because you're constantly running around.
It's not role-playing like WoW.
Because you're always fighting something. You don't go and have professions. And do you have professions in Diablo?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, what's weird is you talk about the social aspect of World of Warcraft and how awesome it is, but it's like you never see them.
Yeah.
But
you talk to them, though, through Discord.
Well, totally. I know, I get that. I know, but that's an interesting relationship because I remember becoming like really good friends with people through even Halo and WoW that I've never seen, in my life that live in different states. But the one thing I enjoyed about Halo was the social aspect, but it was being able to see everybody. Like I loved fucking having the fucking foreign lands fucking.
Well, people do that with WoW still. They'll land. They'll go play together.
Well, I know that's what's cool about World of Warcraft now is it's a huge esport.
Yeah. Yep.
Like back when you were playing, remember it was just the Halo at the time and fucking Super Smash Brothers. That was it.
Well,
and then MLG started incorporating WoW, and now WoW, fucking Leagues of Legends. What's that other one? Call of Duty. What's that aircraft? It's really popular, I think, in like Japan or something like that. It's a Blizzard game, actually.
Oh,
It's
Overwatch.
No, it's a real-time strategy game.
Oh, League of Legends.
No.
LOL.
No, there's another one. I'll look it up. But anyway, that's what I liked about Halo is actually you would meet people in Phoenix online and play them online, and then if you lose, you'd blame it on the lag or whatever. You're like, I want to let's meet up in person, motherfucker. And then you would land and get to see, who really was the best,
Yeah.
And then become friends with them.
It's funny you talk about that because that Wreckful dude, if you go watch the documentary, so on documentary on YouTube, you can find a documentary. There's a little documentary. It's about an hour and a half.
StarCraft.
It's StarCraft. It's called the story of Wreckful or something like that. But it's a really good. And he was one of the first people, like stars of the WoW, esport stuff, and that's what they talk about in that documentary about how it was like WoW was like the little game that people played. Everybody was playing Super Smash Brothers or Halo, and that was
just competitively. But WoW is still probably the biggest game in the world as
far
as like online,
competitively,
competitively.
And one of the biggest stories about this documentary is how he made it to the end, and they get really deep and what happened in that final match. And dude, it is so fascinating watching this documentary and the dude talking about what's going on in the match and the strategies.
Oh, I love.
Oh, dude,
you know how I used to nerd out on the Halo strategies, dude. I used to watch fucking the pros play Halo and just. Fucking, I love that shit, man. What was I gonna say? This is probably a dumb question, but how do you compete on LANs with WoW?
PvP arenas.
So what? Two characters just go in and fight each other?
So there's arenas. That's the main.
So you have to understand or remember that I only played for like 60 days, and then I didn't get super deep.
So in WoW, you can do two types of play. There's player versus environment, which is like situations where it's like a regular video game.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then there's player versus player, where if you're on a player versus player realm. Anytime you run into another, if you're Horde and you run into Alliance player, you got to fight.
Which makes leveling up take longer because you're trying to do your fucking your mission or whatever, and like, oh shit, this guy just fucks you up.
But the main place where PvP takes place is in arenas, and you go to this place. It's like a coliseum on the world, like an old school coliseum, gladiator style arena battleground, and you go in and you're on a team. It's 2v2s. 3v3s or 5v5, and the most popular one is 3v3. And so you queue up with your teammates, and you go to this battle arena, and as soon as they find another team for you to play, you go and play. And that is the second biggest part of the game.
But how do you? It's like Mortal Kombat where you just pick a tune and then you go in with it, or is it your tune that you build?
It's your tune that you build.
So don't some people have advantages over the other?
Yes,
that's crazy.
But the way you get around that is your team makeup. So you could have a certain team makeup, a shaman, warlock, rogue that can destroy other.
Yeah, you want like a healer, you want an attacker, and a tank or something.
No, you always want 2 DPS and a healer. So it would be warlock, rogue, shaman.
Did you ever do that shit?
I did it. Homely used to do it constantly. Like that was his main thing.
That seems like something he'd be into.
Yeah. I don't like that
because that's competitive.
It's very competitive and it's super fast paced, and I didn't like it.
I probably would like that. That's why I like Halo because it's that intense, like competitive. Like you gotta fucking be focused.
I'm telling you gotta see the scene in this documentary, bro.
I'm gonna watch it. What the fuck's it called?
It's called. It's just a story of Wreckful or something like that, or the documentary. Just look up Wreckful documentary on YouTube and you'll see it. There's actually a video of him watching the documentary.
What?
Yeah, the documentary was made like 3 months ago, and he killed himself like a month ago. And there's a video of him on YouTube because he's streaming it, watching his own documentary that the dude made of him, and he didn't know the dude was making it. Like he had no part of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there's scenes in there where he's like, "Fuck, man, I'm having to relive this." And this dude went through hell, bro. Like hell. Like his life was he's manic depressant. He played out his whole life online. He was the first IRL streamer. He figured out how to use Pokemon Go to go stream in real life. And that's what created real life. And he was always online. And so he had relationships that blew up online where people would always fuck with him. And then he had friends who thought he was friends, weren't as, like horrible shit play out. It was like it's like what.
There'll be a movie about him.
Yeah. You remember when you first watched The Real World? And like
Real World 1 New York?
Yeah.
With fucking
Heather B.
Heather B and the guy that danced
Eric.
The Grind or whatever. Eric.
So fucking the first time I ever watched that was I caught a
what was that other black dude's name?
Kevin.
He's on a lot of shit now too.
Yeah, Kevin, the hip hop writer. Kevin Powell, I think. But anyways, it was like, what do they call that when they play them all in a row?
What?
The shows.
Like like when you watch them, or when they play
like
binge.
No, it's like a
marathon.
A marathon. So it was like the last episode of the season, and they played all the episodes in a row, and then the last episode. And I just happened to catch the first episode, and I watched the whole thing, and I was like, dude, this shit.
Are you talking about Real World?
Real World.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I fell in love with it.
Are you talking about when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And that's what happened with this Wreckful dude. People just fucking fell in love with him and would not. I mean, it caused major problems in his life, but he was already manic depressant.
Well, that's what happens when you're fucking you get that kind of fame, and
Yeah.
then especially in that world.
If you don't put it in check quick, you have to put that shit. You have to have a place where you can go and be away from shit, from anything. Like you have to have a place where that's only yours.
Yeah. Well, the other fucking crazy breaking news that makes me feel like I died and live on an alternate timeline is the Pentagon's secretive UFO unit is going to make some of its findings public. One consultant to the agency has briefed Defense Department officials of some highly unusual discoveries, including items retrieved from off-world vehicles not made on this Earth. What the fuck?
I wish I had my Bob Lazar shirt on.
This is real?
And nobody's
This is
paying
fucking
attention.
real?
I told you about this like 6 months ago.
You have to pay for the New York Times, so I'm reading an article about the article from the New York Times. But fuck, dude, I woke up I was like, what the fuck? And it was crazy because I wanted to ask you about if you had watched the George Knapp.
I haven't watched it yet, no, because I can't stand Jeremy Corbell. I can't stand that dude.
It's funny when you read the comments, like that's whatever the comments.
I can't
say.
stand him, man.
He's not like respected in the community. He seems like. He has to be if he's getting all these top figures and stuff, but like I feel like he was so bad on the first Rogan that like everyone just loves to attack him.
Well, he's annoying
because he is annoying on the show, but on the Rogans. But
and I watched.
I'm just asking you because I'm not in part of like the community like you are. He's not respected in it at all.
I don't know. His information, I believe, is respected by people. By most people. I imagine. I don't know enough about him for that, but he's just annoying.
I know, but
so
he's
like,
not annoying
he's
enough
hard
to Joe Rogan.
Because Joe Rogan's a professional, dude. Joe Rogan also, in order to have George Knapp on your show. Listen, George Knapp I like George Knapp. So Blanzy is gonna hate this right now because we always get in this argument.
Fuck yeah, I love this shit.
All right. We get in the argument of greatest coast to coast host, right? And we both agree on number one is Art Bell, right? But he likes Ian Punnett. I like George Knapp, right? And George Knapp.
What about? Isn't there another guy?
George Snorri.
Snorri, yeah.
He's
just on the bottom or what?
Yeah, dude. Because he
really is George Snorri.
Yeah, man. He just says. I respect him for what he does, and he's carried the torch. I respect him for that, but he doesn't. Art Bell, if somebody came on there and said something, Art Bell would fucking go into him and would find out if they were lying or not, and he would
that's important.
Yeah, and he would call bullshit on stuff. George Norrie is always like, he's a yes man.
So you guys both agree, Art Bell?
Yeah. I like George Knapp next. I think George Knapp is just under Art Bell and legendary people in the paranormal
Does the Ian guy go 3?
Ian Punnett's from here.
What?
Yeah,
shout out.
Yeah, I think he lives in Kansas now, but he was here forever because he was going to the ASU Walter Cronkite. Anyways, I'm fucking on a fucking tear. But anyways, George Knapp is a legend, bro. He's like second. He's only underneath Art Bell to me. So I did watch a little bit of it, and that's why Joe does it, because he knows who George Knapp is. And in order to have George Knapp on, he's got to have Jeremy Corbell on. You know what I mean? So fucking.
I just don't understand how that guy's the connection. Like, I don't understand how Joe Rogan can't just like get George Knapp himself. Does that make sense? Like, why is he the middle guy? Like, Joe Rogan's way bigger
because George Knapp probably has a relationship with Jeremy Corbell, and George Knapp says, "I'll only go on if Jeremy's there."
Yeah, I guess that's weird. But anyway, I don't know what happened. I feel like I seriously died. I live in an alternate timeline. We're just living in a weird time. Now there's fucking. I mean, I always obviously believe we both did that there's intelligent life elsewhere, but I never thought in my life. Well, I guess you did, but I never thought in my lifetime that they would confirm this shit.
Do you remember like 6 months ago, maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I told you about that To the Stars Academy and Tom DeLonge?
Yeah.
So Tom DeLonge, everything he was saying was true.
No, I know.
The email person he was talking to over email about all this shit was John Podesta, chief fucking the head of fucking Obama's chief of staff and Hillary Clinton's chief of staff, Bill Clinton's chief of staff. That dude's fucking up there, and that's the dude he was talking to. If you don't believe it, his emails to him were in the leaked emails from Hillary Clinton, so you can go see the emails. Second,
I can't believe that.
Yeah. Second, one of the things Tom DeLonge said is because George Knapp is also working for To the Stars. He's their main investigative reporter guy. George Knapp has known about the story. They have a base in Vegas. It was owned by NIDS, National Institute of something, that is owned by Robert Bigelow. It doesn't own him anymore. And that's who the connection with Harry Reid is, right? Las Vegas. So in that base were these parts from alien ships or alien artifacts. The really bad shit about it, and you'll remember this, Tom DeLonge talked about this. You can go listen to, I believe it's Tom DeLonge's interview with Jimmy Church. At one point, Tom DeLonge says there's a base. It's blah, 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 blah. And the problem is, because Tom DeLonge's always said that some of these aliens, I think he says all of them, but the aliens are not good. And one of the things that he says, he goes, this base, the problem with it is whenever humans get around those objects, they start having these fucking problems. They start getting really depressed. They start having shit happen to them in their lives. Like real crazy shit happen when you get around these things. Like on a psychic level, like, you know what I mean? Fucking with your head and shit.
When you get around these parts?
Yeah. And Tom DeLonge's always said that that's what happens when the aliens are around you. Like, it causes this shit to happen, and it's not good. And that's one... They've been talking about this for 2 years, dude. Tom DeLonge. All of us who thought Tom DeLonge was crazy, was coked out crazy as fuck on Joe Rogan.
I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying I can't believe...
It happened.
No. The government is confirming this. Well, that's what I can't believe.
Well, it's the same thing that Tom DeLonge said. And I believed this at the time. So it's so genius. Back in the 60s, there was a plan for the government to come out and say everything. Mm-hmm. They had to figure out a way to do it so people didn't freak out. Because back then, the thought was, if you did this, everybody's going to fucking it's going to be fucking pure suicide. Yeah, it was that film with Disney.
We talked about it.
Yeah. And so they couldn't do it at the time. They pulled the last plug. But because of
Who was president at that time?
Eisenhower,
yeah.
But because of social media at the time now, and them realizing that we talk about on social media that we would be okay with aliens all the time.
People would freak the fuck out.
I don't think so. Not anymore. I don't think so. No, I think that we're okay with it. And
Bro,
I think
you don't think the religious people will freak out?
No, because I think the government has been slowly feeding certain movie studios
Independence Day,
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That was fed.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
E.T.
Yep. I don't know about E.T., but I think that gave him. I think that gave. I think that gave Spielberg the idea
made
for
him
Close
cute.
Encounters. Yeah, yeah. So they made us be okay with it. You know what I mean? It's COINTELPRO.
They didn't
type
make
shit,
it okay with fucking fire in the sky.
I know, man.
That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy shit. It is crazy to think about, and I agree 110%. I was so glad that we're talking about this because I can't get this out of my head. That people, dude, we know fucking David Wimberly was right. We live in crazy fucking times, man. Who would have ever thought that they'd come out with information, not only that aliens are real, but we have fucking pieces from their worlds,
off-world vehicles not made on this earth.
And people aren't talking
quote.
about it. And the government said it, and people aren't talking about it. Dude, I don't know what to think anymore.
I don't know how not to talk about it.
That's
I
what
couldn't
I mean.
wait to talk to you about it.
I know, dude. That's what I mean, bro. I'll talk. I'm gonna, like, you know me, dude. I talk to everybody I can. As soon as there's that crack in that door that I can get in there, I'm talking about UFOs and cannabis.
Well, it's just crazy. Like, the stupidest fucking stories become the biggest in the world and trend all over Facebook. And then just somehow, like, quietly, this story comes out. And it's only, like, people that, like, are kind of like us that'll see, like, post it. You know what I mean? It's not like this, like, holy shit. You know what I mean? You would think, like, everyone would just be like, what the fuck? But it's just kind of quietly, like, I'll see a couple of friends and acquaintances of ours, you know, like us, like, holy shit. But it's not like this. I don't know. Doesn't seem like as big of a reaction. So I guess you're right. Maybe they won't freak out.
It's the same type of shit as when we found out that anonymous shit, bro.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck.
How's nobody talking about fucking Ghislaine Maxwell and fucking the shit?
That's another thing I want to talk about is Trump's comment. Did you hear about that?
What a fucking idiot, dude. Like that was him going, it's one of two things. I think
it's one of two things too.
It's either him going, keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
Or it's him going, it's at some point she talks shit about him somewhere, and it's him going, I got you.
You mean like
good
a hit?
luck? No, like good
I think
luck.
the third one is it could be like him telling someone like, all right, that's a hit.
Yeah. I was listening to
No.
I was listening to
So anyway, well, explain if I'm sure most people know, but explain what he said. I forgot what someone
he said.
He
Wishes
asked
her well. I wish her well.
Someone asked him to make a comment, I think, on Ghislaine Maxwell, and then he's like, yeah,
I wish her well.
I wish her well, yeah.
I think that's him going so here's what I'm thinking. Obviously, it's one of two things, in my opinion. It's him going, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about me. Whatever you think you know about me, you better keep your fucking mouth shut and I'll let you live. Or it's because, you know, Trump has a fucking ego, and he used to run in those circles of billionaires when he wasn't really the highest billionaire. He was on the lower rung of billionaires, but he still wanted to run in that circle. And he was just in that circle, and they would make fun of him, I think. And the same reason that Obama, when Obama fucking made fun of Trump running for president, Trump goes,
"You at that dinner?
You watch. And now Trump's president. The same thing that fucking they made fun of Trump about him thinking he was so powerful. Look, he's fucking president, and it's him going, I got you. Have fun. Look where you're at now, and look where I'm at.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. How's nobody talking about that?
Yeah, dude.
We live in crazy times, bro.
I'm starting to really believe in the alternate timelines theory more. Like, I feel like
that shit scares me.
My life, I feel like I have like different lives that went different routes, and I'm just living this very fucking odd one, like on the fucking Flash.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't that happen on the Flash?
Yeah, different timelines. And they do it good. They do it just like John Teeter. Remember John Teeter? The John Teeter tales?
Is that the old Flash guy?
No, John Teeter is that dude that I used to talk about, that time travel that came from another.
Oh, yeah.
And went and lived with his parents when he was
Isn't that where your brother got in mirrors from?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what they talk about, that your timeline, you're on a timeline, and there's a world line where there's just worlds on it. So think of it as a string, and there's little worlds on that string that just go forever. And your world is on here, and then there's two worlds close to you and two worlds apart and two worlds, and it keeps going. The further you get from your world, the more things are different. You know what I mean? You could go two worlds over, and the only thing that's different is a butterfly flaps his wings on a different date. You know what I mean? But if you go into one really far away,
how do you go into those worlds?
Well, you you break through the timeline, right?
How?
You create a mini black hole, right? That's what he said. He years before CERN ever did their shit, he said CERN's gonna come up with fucking these mini black hole things, and what it does is, I'm not exactly sure. He doesn't talk about, because he doesn't know. He was just a special forces dude, supposedly. Even if this isn't real,
when was this?
This is a great fucking story.
The John Teeter shit with
it took place in like the 90s. The late 90s. So he started posting on a message board forum when he was on this timeline. He was so he came from like 2027 or something like that, And on his timeline, America got fucked up in a war with China, and the East Coast got destroyed, and Omaha is now that
seems probable.
Omaha is now the capital, and there's
I don't know about Omaha, but
bigger states that are run, and there was an electromagnetic pulse that was done, and it destroyed all technology. And he had to come back. He had to go to an alternate timeline to get back a piece of technology to help his world line. And it was an IBM computer that they only made 2 of.
Yeah.
And nobody would have known about it except the dudes that built it. And even the dudes that built it said there's no way that this dude could have known about this computer and what it was used for. And like, it was crazy.
And even if it is false,
it's a great
he
story.
Should be a science fiction writer or something.
Yeah, what a great story, dude.
Screenwriter.
Fuck yeah. So that's what kind of like the Flash.
Is that guy still alive?
So
I have a feeling it's been disproven.
No, it hasn't. They try to disprove it, but if you really look into it, it hasn't. There's a lawyer. So when he left, so he showed up. So basically, he had to go back to a different world line to get this thing. When he was here, he broke the rule. He wanted to go see his parents. His parents died, and he wanted to go see his parents. And so he went and lived with his parents when in this world line, but John Teeter was a young kid. So he was living with his parents and himself as a young kid. And it disproved, the whole fucking thing. And the way he disproved how you would fuck it up is how there's different world lines in the quantum realm. There's different world lines. And that isn't true where if you go back in time and mess with yourself, you can fucking destroy everything, because you never go on your own world line. It's random.
You go into a different one.
Yeah, it's random which ones you go into. You can't. It's very hard to pinpoint.
You can't change fucking your past.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Anyways, we went off on a tangent, bro.
No, dude.
I love shit like that.
I forgot about all the John Teeter shit.
You know why why the John Teeter shit is so fucking cool to me? Because not only is it a fucking cool story, that shit's worth money, dude. That book that I have, that book that I bought from the Teeter family. The Teeter family took all of his writings that he posted online.
You bought it?
And released it in a paperback book. I bought it from him. It sells for like $800 to $1,000 right now, dude.
You should frame that motherfucker.
Yeah, fucking cool shit. Fucking lent it to Manny, and Manny fucking bent the cover and shit. Fucking
Manny Moreno?
Yeah, I lent it to him to go to Italy.
Why would you lend it to him?
Because I didn't know it was gonna be fucking something crazy. I was like, dude, you got to read this.
Oh, just at the time you didn't know the significance.
I was like, read this shit. This shit's gonna blow you away.
He fucked it up.
And I don't blame him. He didn't. He was probably fucking tracking around fucking Europe and shit with it.
Yeah,
at least he brought it back.
Yeah, no shit. Right on, man. Well, hang on. I want to make sure. Let me check my phone real quick because I know Oompa's coming. Yeah, dude. So, are you excited to shoot your scenes this week?
That was funny. It was with my parents. And
what do your parents think of like the pod? Do they ever even bring this up
yeah,
or
they
the
love
acting
it,
shit or any of it? Because I haven't seen your parents in such a long time, and I wish them well. But like, I always just wonder their thoughts on all this bullshit.
They love it. They love it. They just want their kids to be happy. My parents are in a good.
So they see you having a good time. So and they're
that's all all I guess all what parents want is their kids to be happy, and I think my parents are finally at that place where, they're just like,
neck hurts from turning it at you.
I know, dude.
Did they see that scene that you shot?
Yeah.
Did they laugh?
Yeah, they laugh at it. They give me shit about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, my dad does.
Yeah, dude. So Thursday and Friday night. I mean, it's just a scene each night. We pretty much just have to reshoot that one scene, and then Friday the ending. I don't want to give it away, but it'll be fun.
I'm just looking forward to going and hanging out in Jesse's.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be really dope. And Wednesday we got Oompa's helping out a little bit, running a boom even. So it's gonna be kind of exciting. I'm actually gonna bring this camera, if it's cool with you.
Fuck yeah,
and just
dude.
film all as much behind the scenes shit as possible. Like if I'm not using it, I'll just have it on a stand.
I was
and
about
then
to say you should just have it
even
on a tripod.
Yeah, if I'm not,
this
just
one,
have
just put it on
Oompa
a tripod.
fucking, take whatever and then give it to Chad if he needs it for behind the scenes stuff, because it's always fun like looking back at that shit, And then I'm in like a group chat with the guys from Late Fees, and we're always sending bullshit to each other. And Jaybird's been working on the squibs. Do you know what a squib is?
They're the things that blow up.
Yeah, with the blood.
Yeah.
So
why do they call them squibs?
I don't know why they call it that. I'm sure it takes for a million years when I open this to load up.
Hold on.
But there is a reason behind that. But anyway, squib is like for when film, if you get shot, it like blows up and like has the blood come out. And he was testing it, showing us videos and sending it to the group chat. And
a squib load, also known as a squib round, pop, and no kick, or just a squib, is a firearm malfunction in which a fired projectile does not have enough force behind it to exit the barrel and thus becomes stuck.
I think that's something different, dude. You have to, when you Google squib, you have to put squib for film.
Okay.
Because I think squib's like a slang term, but like it's
here we go.
That became like the real term.
A squib is a miniature explosive device used in a wide range of industries, from special effects to military applications. It resembles a tiny stick of dynamite, both in appearance and construction, although with considerably less power. Let's see where that shit comes from.
Yeah, like how it got the name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's often used to refer variously to electric matches and detonators. Squibs are generally the main explosive element in the infect, and such are used as bullet hits. So that's where it comes from, squibs, the bullet hits.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Conventional squibs fire once, with the exception of E-squibs, which fire 200 more times for depletion. So it comes from that bullet shit.
So we have, Jaybird made 3 of them, so we have 3 takes. I don't want to say which character is getting shot, but we'll have 3 tries, which will be fun to do. Hopefully we get it in the first take. So do the
squibs have the blood in them too?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We're in the group chat, and Jaybird's testing these at home. So he's fucking in his boxers and a fucking wife beater and fucking, check this out, guys. And how's you could see like the thing with the cable coming off, and he hits the button, and it's all poof. It's like a little fucking firecracker, dude, that goes off and then blood comes down and shit. But he has like a safety plate behind it and shit. He did it all pro, dude. I was like, holy. I actually told him, if you documented all of that and put that information on YouTube, like, because I looked that up and there's not that much information on how to make a squib. You could buy squibs and shit, and but Jaybird's so like just creative and handy that he just figured out how to make one. It's actually probably way cheaper. So.
Yeah, dude, that dude, he's professional to begin with, man. When you're on set with him, like, you could tell he's just fucking, let's just get it done. And then when everything's done, then he's just fucking chill, dude.
Yeah, it's funny, Chad was always like kind of worrying like Jaybird's not having fun or stressed out or whatever, but like he's just so laser focused. And I've talked to Jaybird about it, and Jaybird's like, dude, when I'm on set, that's my happy place. Like I'm fucking, that's like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes things do get stressful on set, but as stressful as they get, it's still like the best place that you want to be. It's, you know what I mean? Especially when you're into filmmaking and stuff. So, obviously we'll probably have some problems coming up this week, but we just got to deal with them. That's what I realize film is, dude, is just one problem after the other and just trying to figure out and trying not to get mad at it.
Dude, I want to film. I need you to come up with some ideas to film some commercials for Flipside shit, man. I want to film like actual commercial, little 15-second commercials for it.
How would you do that with because the guys are in other states, right?
they're not going to be in it. It's going to be like, I want to be like people at like a store or some type of like cool situation. You know what I mean? Just 15 seconds. It could be like a quick montage, but
I could totally
it could be
help.
something goofy.
I could totally help shoot it creatively and make it the best looking. I think I'm confident in that. But I guarantee you, I know who could tell you to make the best commercials ever, and he's going to be here in about 20 minutes because he comes up with the best shit ever. You tell him, because he came up with a hilarious band commercial where like someone's just walking down the hallway towards the bedroom, and you just hear like and you're like, and the guy's like, what the fuck? And then he goes and he thinks like, you know, someone's fucking in there, and he opens the door and someone's like, oh, I just got banged. Like they're just like looking at their hair, you know. Oompa came up with that. He always comes up with funny. That would be a funny ass commercial.
Yeah, and when he's going through those things, he's just spitting shit out, and it's funny, dude.
I know. That's why. Fuck. I wish he would get involved
more with that. We'll ask him
when
he's on. We'll ask him when he's on.
I mean, shit. He's come up with a lot of the, you know, one of the funniest bits and ideas. Just being in late fees, like, because right when it cuts, I don't want to talk about it actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, how much do we have on there? Because I was that
57 minutes.
All right, he's gonna be here about 20 minutes. So, let's talk about our Patreon for just like the last 5-10 minutes here.
We could put that shit up too.
What?
The Patreon.
Bink. Anyway, we decided to sign up for Patreon, which is a way you could actually support the podcast. Look, I know everyone's fucking hurting and struggling right now. You know, we don't expect anything. We do this out of our own pocket. We don't mind doing it out of our own pocket. It's just something that we enjoy doing and have a lot of fun doing. But to be real, if we did have a budget, and we would be able to do so many more things as far as
shirts, hats, stickers,
merch, first of all. And the merch just turns into
equipment,
more funding to make the production of the show even better, as far as more content, more guests,
fucking headphone amp,
a new headphone amp. Yeah, for example, we need a headphone amp right now, but like, you know, we just kind of have to wait till we can get one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so anyway, you go on Patreon. You can actually go to the YouTube page, and then on the right-hand corner where the Spotify and iTunes links are, there's a new, Patreon link that you can go to. And can you explain Patreon for a second?
So Patreon is basically just a place if you guys want to help support us. There's multiple tiers or levels that you can donate. I think it's like 3, 6, 10, and the Timmy D. We'll talk about the Timmy D. But there are different levels of per month that you would give to us. You know, like if you choose the $3 tier.
So that's called the Dank.
The Dank.
And what you get is you get a shout out on the show. There's going to be a little private community that you'll have access to. And then you'll have complete access to the past archive. And then there's the $6 one, which is called the Egyptian Green Wizard. You get all the rewards as the same before, but we'll send you a free sticker. And you'll get access to actually behind the scenes footage. So what a lot of people don't know is we run that GoPro like a motherfucker. And there's so much amazing conversations that we have usually before the podcast starts. And
oh man, I'm gonna be embarrassed if some of that shit gets out.
No, but this is part of this fucking $6 package.
I know,
what I mean?
Dude,
like,
you're gonna get it, yeah.
And some of it's after we wrap, and then we're like, you know, we talk about it a little bit, and that's shit that you'll have access to. And we'll be making videos. And then the $10 is called Mario Power Ups. So you get all the rewards from before, plus a shirt. You'll get you could download the Magnet Collections, which is the Bogcast theme song, and I believe there's some other bullshit if you go on there. And then finally, the Timmy D.
The Timmy D. The Timmy D is a special one. That's why we call it the Timmy D. Maybe one of these times we'll get Timmy D in something going on. But
so Timmy D was my first boss. I don't know if he was your first boss.
Yeah.
Technically, my uncle was my first boss when I was like 13. But my real job,
for a real job,
like where I was getting a paycheck, was Timmy D, which was a underground telemarketing place in the 90s. Where we raised donations for McGruff the Crime Dog, the police union,
roller coasters,
roller coasters, freak roller coaster accidents, with the firefighters. We've told many stories on here. I was, we became really good friends with Timmy D. I know Timmy D to this day. But anyway, we would literally call people out of the fucking white pages and try to sell them on the police union. But we'd have, what was it, bronze,
gold,
silver, and gold badges. Yeah. And it was like 35, 50, and 100, right?
No, it was
35. You can make them up whatever you wanted,
you can make
actually.
Up whatever you wanted,
but it was about 35.
Yeah.
60 and 100 or something like that. And then there was a platinum for 150.
Yeah.
And so Timmy, so whenever we would make the sale, say on police union, all Timmy's calls were ones that were like, he would take our sale and say it was a big 150. Then he would get it and get to sell it on the firefighters. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, they already donated 150 here. They'll probably, we were the ones creating the leads for everyone else. Yeah. That they all sell all those leads for thousands of dollars now.
Yeah. And he's fucking he hustled, dude.
But anyway, so I almost wanted to call these tiers that, the bronze, silver, and gold badge, and then the Timmy D. But the Timmy D is kind of a throwback to,
and it's like an inside thing.
It's kind of an inside joke,
but the Timmy D, you get the bog crate, which everything else that everybody else gets, and the bog crate, which basically I'll read it right here. Actually,
go for it. Every episode, we hand our guests a Ladmo bag filled with an assortment of goodies. Now you can get a Ladmo bag bog crate mailed to you each month. Each bag can include various items from our sponsors as well as other fun stuff. CBD oils and creams, old sticker variants, magnets, toys, discount cards, squirt sodas, rolling papers, shirts, plus much more. Also, you'll get 25% off all merchandise. So we've been kind of slacking. We've been talking about it for a little bit, but we have been behind the scenes working on some ideas. We've been just struggling on finding a good shirt idea, and the first one's probably going to be the Ryan shirt, but eventually we're going to have all kinds of merchandise to hand out and that you can have access to. But if you do get the Timmy D, which is $50 a month, you'll have 25% off all merchandise. But we don't expect that. We don't expect anything, honestly, as long as they're just watching. And if you are watching, just fucking hit the red button that says subscribe. That's all I ask. Like, that's all we need. You know what I mean? And if you have an extra 2 seconds, hit the fucking like button and even, make a comment. But if you want to get real fucking crazy, for $3 a month, $36 a year, you could help out the Bogcast, which that actually goes a long way, especially if we can get a lot of subscribers on here,
Fuck yeah.
And we're not trying to make money off this personally, so I'm not trying to fucking save up for a Tesla or anything. I just want to make the show better and easier for us,
Yep. Amen. So. A fucking man. But I'm wanting a Tesla, so get that fucking Timmy D. Yeah, I want a fucking Tesla, like bad. So fucking get a couple of those Timmy D's.
Those Teslas are about as fuck.
Fuck, dude.
There's this new video of Jamie Foxx testing one out, and man, dude.
I know, they're fucking amazing, dude.
I can't wait till 10 years from now to where they're even more common.
How crazy is it that him and Rogan are now going to fucking Texas?
That shit blows my mind, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of confused because
Diaz is going to go to Texas or Colorado.
I think Texas, and I'm confused if Lee's going with him because he just made a tweet and he's like, "Oh, you never believe the things you found when you're packing," and I think he's packing to move, and everyone's like, "Well, what's going on? Are you going with Joey or are you not? Like, if you don't, are you going to start your own podcast?" So I'm wondering if Rogan's just gonna get this fucking badass little community, and it's just gonna be Segura, fucking. I don't think Kreischer can. I don't know if Kreischer can because he has his kids and his family.
Why wouldn't they? Probably want a family.
I know, but you can't just take your kids from school like that. They're probably so involved in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Dude, if they could find a little town outside of fucking Texas,
but you know what's funny, dude?
That has a school system there.
If you read any of the comments of because there's clips of Joe Rogan talking about this, there's also clips of Tim Pool talking about this. Everyone in Texas hates it. Everyone's like, "Fuck, don't come here," because in their mind they're he's gonna come there and vote blue.
Everybody's
what I mean?
Really? I don't.
They don't want him to fucking come and bring their California Democratic politics. Some of the comments were like, you know what, motherfucker, stay there and vote the way you want it to change to stop the mess you helped create.
I disagree. I disagree.
I know. I'm just saying personally.
That's why America's so great right now. Like back in the day, the town you grew up in was the town you died in. You know what I mean? But now the way that our lives are, I mean, not with COVID and shit, but way our lives normally are, we can, if we don't like where we're at, we can get up and fucking go to the next town and fucking, it's not that hard to start over, and if you have money and you're going in, like, that's what America's about.
Yeah, you're right. Tim Pool was saying,
you go find a place with the ideals that you agree with and you go to that place. And that's what I think people don't understand. Joe Rogan's a fucking libertarian, man. Like that dude, I don't even think that dude's political. I don't even think you can put him he's just a good dude. You know what I mean?
Tim Pool said people are moving out of major cities more than ever now. Just
I love Tim Pool, dude. I started listening to him a lot because my brother listens to him.
Yeah. He puts out so many clips that if it's a good clip I'm interested in, I'll definitely give him 10, 12 minutes of my time because he has an interesting view on things. I love the fact when Rogan had the dude from Twitter on that he brought Tim Pool on to grill him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so it's interesting, all that Texas shit. I mean, it makes sense for Rogan because, first of all, Texas is probably the freest state in, as far as like, it's the Wild West out there. You know what I mean? Like, as far as. And
Aubrey's already out there.
Is that where On It is? Oh, yeah, Austin. Yeah, I forgot about that. But as far as travel, for him as a comedian, it's easier by coastal, and it's probably easier for guests. Like,
the only thing is that he won't have the comedy store.
He's gonna create it, whatever.
He creates a comedy store in Texas.
Well, no, not like build one, but whatever club's there, he's gonna turn into that. You know what I mean?
That would be pretty cool. That'd be cool. I'm all for that, man.
It's so weird to
see if he said he was gonna do that in Phoenix. I'd be fucking ecstatic, dude. I'd be ecstatic. That would be cool as shit.
That would be dope. Anyway. Well, Emma's going to be here soon. Do you want to do some shout-outs?
Oh, yeah. Go check out Absolute Geek Podcast. We fucking interviewed Scotty Shorts, the dude that was in the Christmas Story and in the kid or the toy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
With Jackie Gleason and dude, this dude is fucking crazy, dude. He was best friends with Corey Haim, and so I asked him about all the shit that's going on with Corey Feldman right now, and Corey Feldman's doing all this douchebaggery shit.
Is this episode out right now?
It just came out. We just did it Friday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So he just starts talking about Corey Haim and all the shit that went down, and it is fascinating, dude. So make sure you guys go check out Absolute Geek Podcast. We're live every Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Arizona time. Yeah, dude, fucking, it was crazy, man. We've been getting crazy interviews, dude. We interviewed him.
I know, I've been seeing that, dude. It's amazing. I love it.
We interviewed Jack O'Halloran, who is fucking the son of the head of Murder Inc., Albert Anastasia. What? How fucking crazy is that?
That was dope.
Not only that, he was the guy that was in Superman.
He's in everything.
Yeah. Dude.
He was in an Adam Sandler movie that Jordan likes.
And he was going to fight Muhammad Ali. So, fucking just...
About that old white dude?
Yeah. He tells crazy stories about the mob and who killed Kennedy and shit. And it's fucking crazy. So, check out Absolute Geek Podcast. Check out on Tales from the Flip Side channel. We got a Star Wars show we're doing. It is all about.
I saw that too.
All about theory crafting.
I saw the trailer from that. Looked dope.
Yeah, it's all.
Did you make that?
Yep. Good
job, dude.
Thank you, bro. All theory crafting. Not all theory crafting. It's got theory crafting. It's got like artifacts we're calling like props and like there's a dude that has a real fucking battle rifle that was used in Return of the Jedi. A fucking live fire battle rifle.
A Halo battle rifle?
Well, they call them in Return of the Jedi. They call those battle rifles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, it's just crazy shit, and then like comics and shit, like what's going on in the comics, and just what's going on in the Star Wars universe. Like, they're getting ready to do some crazy shit now with Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy getting the fucking axe, hopefully, right? Hopefully she is dead and gone. But
she fucking ruined Star Wars.
Dave Filoni is bringing Star Wars back, and the shit he's doing with fucking
she tried to PC
Wars.
the fuck out of it is what she did.
Yeah. So fucking Star Wars is coming back heavy. So you want to know about the fucking Old Republic. You want to know about the fucking New Republic. You want to know about fucking timelines. If you want to know about fucking toys and comics that you can make money off of, or just that are cool fucking storylines to read, check out Tales from the Dark Side on the Tales from the Flip Side channel.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And don't forget about our Patreon if you want to help us out. I'm also shooting a feature film right now called Late Fees. And we have a GoFundMe. If you want to donate to help out, you actually get a associate producer credit. Yeah. I don't, the fucking GoFundMe link is like long as fuck. I think it's just GoFundMe, and you can find like Late Fees on there, but you'll find it.
You can't shorten that GoFundMe link.
I gotta figure it out. I didn't prepare this right. But you could also go to latefeesthemovie.com, where you can find the trailer. You can find plot synopsis. There's talks about the characters a little bit. Chad does blogs on there about the shooting and stuff like that, shooting dates that we've had. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks, Brian McClay. I'm Keith Obit, and that is a wrap on episode 92 of The Bogcast.
Dope. Bang!